Greetings once again to the Anti-Sinite Network. I am a representative of the anti-sin community. These videos are not edited. They are AI assisted and read from script. You may listen to these videos putting on your headphone, turning on the Wi-Fi speaker, and listen while you clean your house, while you exercise or relax. Today's subject is do not commit acts of violence on ourselves or others. Do not commit acts of violence on ourselves or others. The principle of refraining from committing acts of violence towards oneself or others is a fundamental aspect of righteous, religious, and ethical teachings. There are several reasons why this principle is emphasized. Respect for life. One of the core reasons behind this law is the inherent value placed on life itself, whether it's one's own life or the lives of others. This principle emphasizes respect for the sanctity and dignity of life. The same care and respect we take to assure that we are safe and protect ourselves is the same care and respect we are to afford others in our respect and care for their safety. We know for sure that we do not want to be shot, stabbed, or clubbed violently. Then we also understand that the next person does not want that for themselves as well. Preservation of harmony and peace. Acts of violence disrupt peace and harmony in relationships, families, communities, and society. Following this law maintains a peaceful and harmonious environment, nurturing cooperation and understanding among individuals, families, and communities. Prevention of harm. Committing acts of violence cause physical, emotional, and psychological harm. Adhering to this law prevents harm and suffering for oneself and others, while promoting security and safety, eliminating trauma, emotional, and physical scarring. Promotion of care, kindness, and good behavior. Avoiding violence encourages the cultivation of kindness and goodness towards others. It builds a sense of understanding and kindness, leading to healthier and supportive relationships. Lawful and moral development. Nonviolence leads to lawful and moral development. Many belief systems emphasize the importance of moral and lawful growth. Following divine commandments that prohibit violence is a means of personal development and lawful elevation, fostering the practice of self-discipline, patience, and forgiveness. Within the social order of justice, violence leads to chaos and injustice. By adhering to this law, societies aim to establish a foundation of justice and fairness, where individuals are treated with respect and equality, no matter what class, creed, or color, rich or poor. Overall, prohibition against violence in God's divine commandments, behavioral science, serves as a guiding principle to promote peace for families, individuals, and communities maintaining a more harmonious and compassionate society. Any individuals who desire to injure, hurt, or kill others has a deranged, unrighteous mentality. The idea that injuring others is correct behavior outside of protecting oneself is insanity. For money, jealousy, gang activities, criminality, or discriminatory hatred are all signs of an insane mind. Mutual agreement, separation is the answer. A mutual agreement of separation is the answer for those who cannot get along without violence. Further insights into why divine law advocate against committing acts of violence. Ethical and moral foundation. An ethical and moral foundation. Divine laws serve as ethical guidelines, providing a framework for moral behavior. Prohibiting violence is a fundamental aspect of these moral codes, guiding individuals towards actions that uphold righteousness, peace, and unity. There's preservation of relationships. Relationships are preserved. Violence severely damages relationships, causing rifts and distrust among individuals and communities. Upholding the principle of nonviolence contributes to maintaining healthier and more unified relationships, fostering trust and cooperation. There's a self-control factor and emotional regulation. Following the law against violence requires exercising self-control and managing one's emotions. It promotes the development of emotional intelligence and the ability to handle conflicts peacefully without resorting to aggression, causing injuries, death, grief, and penalties as an after effect of consequences on both sides. Gangbanging is a prime example of tragic, insane, violent activity, often attacking and killing people one does not even know, for claiming streets they do not own, and then going into that hellhole jail and prison system for a number of years, living in a system that perpetrates and promotes such activity every step of the way, putting drugs, guns, mental influences, violent, disrespectful rap music, echo chamber, internet programming, sending back messages that promote such behavior. All victims manipulated to behave violently against one another. One receiving life in prison, the other dead. The question is, who's happy and pleased with the results? Surely not the victims. One awaking behind bars in realization of what a fool they have been, and the other long forgotten but by a few mourners, not waking up at all. Conflict resolution. Engaging nonviolent conflict resolution methods such as dialogue, meditation, and negotiation in resolving disputes peacefully. This approach aims to address conflicts in a manner that respects the safety, dignity, and rights of all involved parties. Setting a positive example. Adhering to laws against violence sets a positive example for future generations. It teaches the importance of nonviolence as a means of solving problems and addressing differences, creating a legacy of peace and understanding. Alignment with righteous, lawful principles and practice. It's aligned with righteous, lawful principles and practice. Righteous teaching emphasizes the interconnectedness of all beings and advocate for respect, honor, love, and kindness. The prohibition against violence aligns with these righteous principles, guiding individuals toward a more enlightened and compassionate, anti-sinful way of life. In summary, the prohibition against violence within divine laws and encompasses various aspects. In summary, the prohibition against violence within divine laws encompasses various aspects, including ethical, moral, social, and righteous considerations. This serves as guiding principles and practices of promoting peace, harmony, care, moral growth within communities, families, individuals, and society. Here are a few more aspects related to the prohibition against violence in divine laws. Karmic consequences. Karma. Some belief systems assert the concept of karma, suggesting that actions have consequences. Engaging in violent behavior leads to negative karmic repercussions, affecting one's life, journey, and future experiences. What goes around comes around. It's karma. Karma. We reap what we sow. Live by the sword, die by the sword. The consequences are the sword swinging back. How dignity, human dignity, and equality. Human dignity and equality. Upholding the principle of nonviolence is aligned with the belief in inherent dignity and concern of all individuals seeking to avoid harm. It emphasizes that none should suffer physical or emotional harm due to another person's behavior. Not me, not you, not anyone. There's a promotion of social justice. Nonviolence is a promotion of social justice. Acts of violence disproportionately affect marginalized or vulnerable communities. By advocating against violence, divine laws support the pursuit of social justice and equality, protecting people who are more susceptible to harm due to the disadvantage of wicked outside forces placing drugs and weapons in their communities, while curtailing opportunities for growth. We all know this to be true. The drugs found in the poorer sections of the inner cities throughout the country, these drugs are not or have never ever been grown, processed, or brought into the inner cities by the residents within the poor communities. Neither are the many variety of weapons or guns manufactured by factory workers from within the community. These are the victims, but are charged as being the perpetrators and suppliers. Cultivation of inner peace. Following the prohibition against violence establishes inner peace and tranquility. It involves controlling one's impulses and emotions, fostering a state of inner harmony, peace, and contentment. Global peace. On a worldwide scale, global peace and harmony. Beyond individual interactions, the adherence to nonviolence on a larger scale contributes to global peace efforts. Righteous, religious, and ethical teachings advocate for a world free from violence, war, and conflict, envisioning a harmonious and peaceful global community. This commandment, do not commit acts on ourselves or others, is one of God's 26 laws, behavioral science for humanity to maintain a peaceful existence. There are a people who stockpile weapons. They believe that the violence they plan to commit will save them, but actually, as said, living by the sword, we die by the sword. When we harm, injure, and kill others during this earth-bound life's journey, we forget that this is a very temporary existence. A law of God, mathematically labeled as physics, states positive energy is neither created or destroyed. It just changes forms. Therefore, negative energy is the opposite. It is created and is destroyed. We create conflict and violence amongst each other, and sometime or someone is destroyed physically, mentally, emotionally, as a result of the consequences of the negative energy of violence. Love, peace, and happiness is nurturing and life-sustaining because it is positive energy. We are looking for environmental harmony. Some belief systems extend the principle of nonviolence beyond human interactions to encompass nature and the environment. It includes respecting and preserving the natural world, avoiding behavior that harms ecosystems and other forms of living beings. These additional aspects further illustrate the multifaceted nature of the prohibition against violence within God's divine lawful behavioral science. These laws highlight its implication not only affecting individual behavior, but also for social justice, environmental preservation, and the collective safety and security of humanity. We must nurture trust and stability. Embracing nonviolence fosters trust within community and society. It creates a stable environment where individuals feel secure, safe, and respected, promoting cooperation and mutual support without fear. Promotion of empowerment. Choosing nonviolent means of conflict resolution empowers individuals and communities to address issues without resorting to force. It encourages the use of dialogue, education, and understanding, leading to more sustainable and inclusive solutions, allowing the weaker to speak truth to power. So-called law enforcement personnel are very much in need of re-education on how to deal with the public, utilizing God's behavioral commandments, along with us all. Healing and restoration. Nonviolence promotes the process of healing and reconciliation in situations where harm has been inflicted. It encourages forgiveness and the restoration of relationships, paving the way for healing and closure. Fostering a culture of nonviolence, upholding the prohibition against violence, and cultivating a culture where peaceful interactions, care, and understanding are celebrated. It creates a special norm that encourages nonviolent behavior and discourages aggression. contribution to personal well-being. Practicing nonviolence contributes significantly to personal safety and well-being. It reduces stress, fosters mental and emotional stability, and promotes a sense of inner peace and contentment. Within it is a lawful fulfillment. As individuals, we find lawful fulfillment in following divine commandments that advocate nonviolence. We believe that living a life free from harm to oneself and others aligns with our life's journey and brings us closer to a higher purpose and divine order of understanding. The global impact. Nonviolent movements and figures throughout history, like Mahatma Gandhi, Elijah Muhammad, and Martin Luther King Jr., have demonstrated the profound impact of peaceful resistance in effecting positive change on a global scale. Adherence to the principles and practices of nonviolence has the potential to inspire workable movements for social justice and change. Nonviolence entails non-aggressive behavior, but encompasses self-defense if attacked. In essence, the prohibition against violence within divine commandments encompasses a wide array of benefits and implications that extend from personal well-being to societal harmony, social justice, and global peace, demonstrating its profound significance in various aspects of human existence. Peace.